Here's what happened when we arrived at the Warsaw Chopin Airport. I'm not sure if I say that right. Chopin. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say Chopin, and you can all like correct me in your head and judge me for that if I'm saying it wrong. But anyway, so we pulled up and took our Uber from the center of Warsaw, which is where we were staying. So it was like a 15-minute quick drive, and so the total price was like 20 zloty, which is not very much. Um, I think what is 20 zloty? So 50 is 11, so like $6, something like that. Anyway, um, we arrive and there's only one door open, and I had actually been there earlier to get our tickets. Whole drama with that if you wanted to even get on this flight, which was an unlisted flight that you had to be on the list from the U.S. Consulate in Warsaw to even be allowed on. So look at my post down below, the link for that. Yay. Anyway, so what happened is we arrive and you get one door to go in on the departures area, and there's two security guards there, and they just want to make sure that you have tickets. So they check your passport and your tickets, or whichever one you have. We just had to give them our tickets because they had seen me earlier and already recognized me because I look like this, and there was like 8 people there. So not hard to remember people. Anyway, we go up to the ticket counter to go drop off our bags and to get our official boarding passes, and there was 2 women in front of us that were Polish, and they had a mother and daughter, and they had 2 cats with them in their carry-ons, and they were going to be on our flight, but it took forever because there's only one person working there really, and so she actually was getting assistance from someone else who had to help out the women with the cats because they had to go through some processes and pay some extra fees, I guess, at another counter and other stuff. And so if you have to go to the airport right now, like, get there earlier still, because if you think about it, even though there may normally be, lots of people there, 2 months ago, what you're used to, now with just, 1 or 2 people working in the main areas, like if there's 3 or 4 people in line and something's going on with that one terminal, and or they're having a difficult customer, or the computer breaks down, there's nobody else to help you, so you're stuck. So it took us a good 35 minutes just to even get to the counter, and we were number 2 in line. So like, definitely still get there early. And when we checked in other countries outside of the USA, you can't just pay for your bags at the counter. You have to go, you take your bags there. And so we had 3 free bags, and we decided to bring another bag because we had some extra stuff. We bought Sebastian a scooter and some other things that we'd picked up along the way that we didn't want to leave. So we brought those back. So we had another bag that we had to pay for, which ended up costing 120 freaking dollars. Like, that's stupid. 500 zloty. I don't understand that. That was insane. But they had to send us to a different counter to go take care of that stuff, and it was the same guy who I had to deal with to get me my initial tickets in the beginning to get on the approval list. Whole other story. Anyway, so we did the whole process. We had to take the stroller to another baggage drop off. You have to go take it somewhere else, which there was no one at that counter because, again, short staffed. So we left our stuff there. I had to go with Sebastian to go pay off for the baggage, come back, show the receipt so that she could give me the baggage check for that extra item, and then put it through so we could get it. And then we met Sean, who was still waiting, and I had to go back and ask them to call someone to go to the baggage area, extra large baggage area to go pick up our stroller. Anyway, so we get through that. That takes, again, like 45 minutes altogether, almost an hour. I feel like we didn't get through till almost like 12:45, 1 o'clock. And then we go through the quick security line check, and then we have to take off everything like you normally do, except there weren't very many. I mean, there was like a handful of people going through, but there was like 8 security people there looking at everything. So like every little thing you had, just make sure you take all your stuff out that you shouldn't check, because they have extra time to screen it, let me tell you. That was actually still pretty quick, though. Not a big deal. Everyone was super friendly, by the way, too. No issues. There was no health screens at any point during this whole section. Then we get up to our gate, and they had everything roped off. So normally when you go to an airport, nothing's roped off. I mean, you have access to everything, but they had things blocked off. And poor Sebastian, he saw a play area, and he was like, oh! He hasn't been to a play area in 2 months. So he was like, ah! And it was roped off. So we had to tell him yet again, oh, it's dirty. You can't play at it. So we go to the check-in area, and we're the only people there. There's 5 whole flights out of that entire airport throughout the day, so ours was the only one there that we needed to go to. So I don't know if that's just one terminal they're using for everybody, but whatever. So we just sat there. There's about 25 people only that were going to board, and we had to wait there for an hour. So even though our time was set to leave at 2:15, we didn't even start boarding till like 2:30 ish. And you take the little buses and everything, and they bring you to the airplane. And then we actually saw that it was a Boeing Dreamliner 787, and they're made right in Mukilteo, where we're from. So that was kind of like a fun sign. Always saw them flying, but never been on one. Then getting to go to the airplane, we saw, like, as you get to go walk on, normally the flight attendants are there and checking your tickets and just telling you where to go. No, they're standing there, like 6 of them standing there with all holding devices to check your forehead temperature, and they're wearing like white disposable trench coats over their whole uniform, and some of them even had the hats like it too. So it was crazy. It looked like we were getting ready to go to a clinic. So we go in and they check mine and Sebastian's and Sean's foreheads and go to our seat. Everything's good. Tons of space between people. Not even a problem because there's 25 people on a Dreamliner. So yeah, space was not an issue on this flight at all. Most people had their own sections, and were even separated by 1 to 2 rows. So there was tons of room, not a problem. And then there was an announcement that said the in-flight service would not be like normal because ours was a special chartered flight from LOT, which is a Polish kind of a government airline. And what they did is they had these like clear bags. Every person got 2 clear bags. One of them had 3 drinks in it, and snacks. So the 3 drinks were 1 beer, a 7-Up, and a orange juice, and then some, random, like there was some, chocolate bar things and waffle, whatever, just a bunch of stuff, and a little small thing of peanuts and some pretzels. And then they gave you 2 sandwiches each, 1 whole wheat with some ham and like this weird pickly thing, but it wasn't a pickle. It was like an asparagus-y, pickly asparagus, but like 1 piece. It was weird. Pretty much you had a bread was what you got with a little bit of something inside, and the other one had like a little bit of cheese with like some drizzle of something inside of it. I didn't like that one. And then you got whatchamacallit. So anyway, and then that was the 2 bags of stuff that you got. So the bag of the candies and snacks, and then the drinks, and then the 2 sandwiches. And then they give you a giant bottle of water. Every person got a giant bottle of water, and that was service. And then at the very end of service, I'd say like right maybe an hour and a half before arrival, they gave everyone a box, and Sean ate all of ours, all 3 of them, because Shibby and I didn't want them. There was I guess chicken and rice salad kind of a thing, and then chocolate cupcakes, and that's it. And then when we debarked the plane in JFK, watch the next video for that one.